Hey, I'm Misha from Greenpop, a tree planting organization based in Cape Town, South Africa. I'm the CEO and founder of this organization, and I believe in getting active and not anxious about the state of the planet. We started planting trees in Platbos Forest in 2011. We've planted over 60,000 trees here so far with lots and lots of volunteers.
So I'm going to ask you to go out there and plant trees with all the energy you have.
I'm the Urban Greening Manager for Greenpop, and I'm here to plant 7,000 trees today. I'm really excited. South Africa has a very big problem with invasive plants. A lot of plants were imported from especially Australia, and they became very, very invasive. They're pushing out the native vegetation, they're changing the soil composition and all the nutrients in the soil, which means that some of the native plants can't grow back. And because a lot of those invasive plants come from a place that propagate in the same way that our native vegetation does, which is through fire, they're well adapted to that. But what's quite interesting is that when they burn much hotter. So what you get is when you have a piece of land that's invaded by all these Australian acacias and a fire comes through, they burn so hot that they kill the native vegetation seeds. So it's really important that we curb this invasion.
So the space we're in at the moment, Platbos, has a lot of ancient forest here, indigenous forest, that's dominated by milkwoods, ironwoods, as well as some stinkwoods, quite a wide variety of species. And what has happened over the years is it's been cultivated as well as deforested for mainstream agriculture like potatoes, as well as feed for grazing animals. And that has really retreated the forest edges and opened up the forest for threats like fire, as well as from invasive species. We're looking at invasive species like rooikraans, and a few others like blue gum that do intrude into these spaces and overseed and intrude into the open spaces that have been opened up in the forest.
And Francois Krieger, who is the custodian of Platbos, has been trying to curb the invasion of the invasive acacias, which has been easier said than done, hence Reforestation.
A forest with a jagged edge is much more easily penetrated by fire and by aliens, and we're trying to create one long linear united front so that we can give the forest the best resistance against all those aliens growing on that side.
What we've been doing here is using the aliens that we've cleared. It's been removed, been chipped, and we use it as mulch in our replanting, which then serves a double purpose as we're clearing it as well as reusing. And this then allows us to create these little water sinks in the forms that we're planting in, enabling us to capture a lot of the water that would initially run off from this space as being cleared.
So it's a multi-pronged approach, and we're hoping it works, and we're having a lot of fun doing it as well.
The mission really is to try and mimic the natural environment, removing the alien vegetation, using that as organic material to build the soil profile, hold moisture, increase the nutrients amount. We've seen some really great successes over the last few years. Some of the years where we've got trees that are really just like totally blowing up. And for us, one of the most exciting things is when we start seeing like the canopies starting to close and the alien vegetation completely retreating. And we've seen this in quite a few of the sites already.
The reason why I feel coming here and giving back to our environment is because we are continuously taking as human beings and we're not being mindful of putting back, and therefore I support us always giving back and tipping the scales and achieving that in humanity.
I'm here because I study conservation, so I have a very big passion for nature. I've been aware of Greenpop for years, so they were kind of involved in our studies. As for the festival, I didn't really have expectations, but they were beyond exceeded anyway. I think it's so great to have this community vibe. Everyone's just in it together and everyone's supporting each other. I've also never known we had a forest that wasn't in a kloof, so it's special what we're doing. We're making a difference.
I think it's just really great for like a city girl to come here and be inspired.
I was looking to make a bit more of an impact in the world. It's a really eye-opening experience for me to see how much people can care, you know.
We all drive cars, at least we can do is plant a couple of trees and try to fight those carbon emissions.
like to get involved with Greenpop, you can hop onto our website and sign up to volunteer. Come and join us for one of our events. Otherwise, you could also go and donate a tree and dedicate that tree to someone you love. And maybe I'll plant that tree for you, or maybe one of our other volunteers will do so.